Hello, this is the TradeSite Forex Market Preview and International Economic Data Roadmap for the week beginning Sunday, the 19th of June 2016, and ending Friday the 24th. Hope you had a good trading week. Wasn't very exciting. Here's a look at the dollar index. You can see overall stuck in a 1-point range back and forth. Not a lot of movement. Obviously, what we're waiting on now is the Brexit vote, whether Britain will leave the EU or not. We'll see what happens, but it's been a little bit of back and forth. Polls seem to be mixed on that one. Here's the euro. You can see 5 days basically the same except for the dip down on Thursday. We did have a Fed meeting here in the U.S. this week along with some other global bank announcements. Here's the UK, or the pound, down and back up on Friday. Aussie, pretty unexciting. Pound yen makes new lows. We talked about that last week. What a great breakdown that was. That was some free money right there on the daily chart. Euro yen continues to make lows. Pound Swiss, not much there. The New Zealand dollar holding your highs. All right, let's look at the intra-week action. Then we'll look at the data coming out this week and get a roadmap. Euro dollar high to low 170 pips. If you take out that dip on Thursday, it's only about 110. So obviously really poor range, usually 130 per day on average. We are, I think, kind of in summer doldrums, although I haven't gotten to half size yet because we're still pulling enough out. But, if it really gets lighter than this after the Brexit vote, we'll see. This is somewhere in July is usually where we go half size for about a month or so, month and a half, until things pick up again in late August. So basically Monday we went up, Tuesday back down, Wednesday back up. We got the Fed announcement in there for a little spiking back. Thursday the bigger move down and up. Friday fairly flat. Pound dollar range for the week more like 380 pips. Again with a spike down on Thursday and back up. If you take that out, maybe 280 pips. Flat opening. Back and forth on Monday. Drifted down on Tuesday, back up Wednesday. Down and back up Thursday, and then drifted higher on Friday. All right, so let's take a look at the economic data this week, see what we have to know in terms of planning out our week from an economic perspective. Starting off the week with the New Zealand Westpac Consumer Sentiment Number, the Rightmove HPI out of the UK at 7 p.m. Eastern, trade bounce out of Japan. Got the Brexit vote on Monday some point over in the UK. German PPI, wholesale sales out of Canada in the morning, CB leading index out of Australia that night, or still in the morning, sorry. We've got the monetary policy meeting minutes from both the Bank of Japan's last meeting and the Bank of Australia's last meeting, along with the Australian Housing Price Index, Japan's all industries activity, Swiss trade balance, Europe's German Constitutional Court ruling, whatever that is, public sector net borrowing out of the UK, zoo economic sentiment out of Europe, CBI industrial order expectations out of the UK, Yellen's going to testify to Congress for 2 days. That can move the market, by the way. Visitor arrivals in New Zealand. MI leading index out of Australia. Credit card spending out of New Zealand. German 30-year bond auction. Long-term refinancing option out of Europe. Not sure what that is. Core retail sales out of Canada Wednesday morning. CB leading index out of China. Swiss National Bank quarterly bulletin. Housing price index here in the U.S. Consumer confidence out of Europe, and again, Yellen speaking to the other House of Congress. Existing home sales in the U.S., crude oil inventories. Going into Thursday, Japan's flash manufacturing PMI, and then the same for France, Germany, the broad European sector. Got long-term refinancing option again out of Europe. That comes up twice in a week. I don't know what it is. Weekly unemployment claims here in the U.S., flash manufacturing PMI here in the U.S., new home sales, CB leading index here in the U.S., natty gas, that's the weekly number. Bank of Japan summary of opinions in their SPPI on Thursday. Friday, Italian retail sales, durable orders out of the U.S., and revised Michigan sentiment. That's it. None of the big numbers coming out, but we've got plenty to keep us occupied, obviously, especially with Yellen speaking and the Brexit vote. So I think a lot of that's the residual, whatever that is. If nothing happens out of the UK vote, I think it's business as usual, and probably we settle in for summer for real. If they do vote to exit, things could be different, and there'll probably be some extra volatility. Obviously, Yellen's speech could have an impact. So we'll see. Charts as usual, brought to you by eSignal 12. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple weeks. Have a great trading week.